Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe. So, this morning, as I am wont to do, I woke up and read some news articles. The first one that caught my eye was $2.9 billion in losses to Georgia in investments into the new clean energy economic arena. Well, the headline kind of made it feel like that the government was pulling back this money, as in grants, and that wasn't the case at all. What really was happening was investors were pulling their investing money out of Georgia because of the one big beautiful bill. Stop $150 million in grants for clean energy projects in Georgia. There was a lot of states that lost out on some money like that, and I think that's a good thing. I think if your company cannot stand on its own 2 feet and compete in the capitalist market, then you don't deserve to be successful. That's how capitalism works. The best rise to the top and the worst goes out of business. And if companies are not allowed to go out of business because either their service or product is not worthy of purchase, that's how it works. Having it shored up by the federal government's funds, that's ridiculous. That's not capitalism. That's not freedom. That is socialism and communism. And we don't need that in America. So I was trying to verify the facts on this article, and within the article, it cited a few sources, and it came to light that actually we didn't lose $2.9 billion in grants. We lost $2.9 billion in possible, with the emphasis on possible, investments from other companies and individuals. Okay. So the company said, well, without the tax incentives and the grants from the governments and all the breaks that they could get, it wasn't worth the investment. Good. Don't invest in bad opportunities. I like that. That's how the colleges have created such a horrible situation with college student loan. You can't declare bankruptcy with a student loan, so all of the banks that want to issue student loans to the students in America now do so without having to worry about losses. Well, there you go. So this led me down a rabbit hole with Grok. Incredibly, I got two different results by doing one thing. And some people are going to have some problems with my logic behind this, but other people are going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. My mind wanders in the morning because, lack of coffee first thing in the morning. That may or may not be true. I went down a rabbit hole of gerrymandering, and that led me to asking Grok some questions. Now, one great thing that these AIs are really good for is verifying facts. But you have to verify that they are using the proper web resources to make sure that the facts are correct. As I went down this gerrymandering rabbit hole, I discovered something. I can, in a very commonsensical way, take all of the leftist propaganda from the colleges out of stats. So, in doing so, I asked who is more likely to gerrymander in their favor. And immediately, Grok came up with an answer. And the answer was the Republicans overwhelmingly gerrymander over the Democrats. And I thought, wow. It put up a graph for me, and I'm going to read you the graph really quick. Extreme bias, we had 11 maps that gave 16 GOP seats, the Republican seats, in 2024. 11 states. state legislatures just kind of favored a little bit was 25 versus 11. So 25 Republican states really favored Republicans over Democrats. And I thought, that is incredible. That's a lot more than I thought the Republicans were possibly doing. So I started reading the sources for this. And it started being college after college after college after college. And then every once in a while they'd throw in a independent, and it would have a different outcome. Well, as you are all aware, I think that our colleges are inundated with left-leaning, liberal, socialist / communist-leaning professors. My personal opinion. I don't have the stats to prove that. I just have the results that are evident in society. I decided, maybe, is there a way I can ask Grok to take out all college results and give me the same? So I said, discounting any studies by colleges, what would the results be? In other words, no left-leaning liberal colleges. And the answers were completely different. They weren't 100% in a different. Let's just go to the results. So instead of 25 to 11 in favor of the Republicans, it ended up being 7 states to 5 Democrats, 7 Republican states versus 5 Democrat states. And that's quite a bit of difference when you take out all of the college institutions' studies, which my supposition is they are probably very leaning left. So I've discovered a new tool. I've discovered a new way to get Grok to discount or to take out the colleges from the studies that I want to find out about. And this is what it listed, and they're not all right-leaning or left-leaning. There's a combination of both. We have, these are the organizations: Issue 1, 538, Brookings Institute, and Center for American Progress. It used these as the studies, and as you can tell, there is a plethora of institutes and studies that are done from other sources than colleges, which is important to me because, as I just said, I believe colleges are way too left-leaning. So I'm a little bit astounded when you take out the liberal professor-led studies where it lands. So instead of 25 versus 11 gerrymandered states from Republican versus Democrats, we end up with 7 versus 5 heavily gerrymandered states, Republican versus Democrats. And this is about fairness. This is about who is representing the country within Congress, within the Senate, and statewide as well. This is why the Democrats are so upset that President Trump is deporting illegal aliens. I'm sorry, I said immigrants. They're not immigrants. Immigrants come to the country legally. Illegal aliens rush the border and they're here illegally. This obviously goes to their intent to garner more votes for themselves. It's very important that we're honest with ourselves, and it's very important that we use true, unbiased results when we're looking to figure things out for our country and for each other and for our personal lives, or we can end up in a very bad situation. I was not nearly as surprised at 7 versus 5 compared to the 25 versus 11. And I think that is a bias that the colleges are not willing to let go of yet. Unfortunately, I don't see it changing because The left is very good at political movements as a whole, whereas the right is more concentrated on success of the individual. So the left is willing to send, or the left individuals are willing to put their time toward their whole progress, whereas the right is more centered on individual progress and individual accomplishments. I guess that's why I ended up landing in the Conservative Party for a while and the Republican Party for a while, because I am someone who believes that individual successes lead to success on a national level as well. If we have a great economy and we have great results in the employment situations, we end up with a great nation. If we have a government-supported economy and a government-supported, welfare state, then that's what we get. We get government. And who the heck wants just government? That was quite a bit of rambling today. I started off with news articles and I moved on to college institutions and landed here in this, what would you call this? This Grok arena of ideas and filtering of biased studies. And look, I am a great appreciator of college knowledge. I am not appreciative of bias in the political arena in colleges. I think that's ridiculous. Teach our kids to think. Do not indoctrinate our kids into your party. If you're doing that, you're a bad person, my opinion. I hope I just insulted a good many professors. Oh, wait, I don't have any professors listening, so there you go. Well, it's Wednesday. We are halfway to the weekend, and I am ready for the weekend. And I hope that we're all going to have a good hump day. We're sneaking up on the weekend. We all know how I feel about weekends. That's for family. I keep looking back here like I can see out this window, and I might change that eventually. Or I might put up that green screen that I have back on one of these shelves. I haven't decided yet. I'm hoping to get a desk. My desk. If you could see my desk, you'd be like, clean up your desk, Joe. It's a mess. I don't know. I kind of like it. It feels like I don't do a lot of nesting. I don't have a lot of crap all over the place. I do here. I have a lot of crap all over the place here. Where was I going? Oh, yeah, to work. So it's Wednesday. I hope that you all have a wonderful day. I hope that you go out there and kick it right square in the teeth and get the job done. Make the best of your day that you possibly can. That's what I intend to do. I hope you find peace, love, and dream. Until next time, ciao. I have one big project to do this weekend here at the house, and I think I'm going to help my brother a little bit. Nobody cares about this, so I'll be cutting it out.